every single filmmaker should have a YouTube channel. Why? Well, what do you need to make it as a filmmaker? First of all, you need some skills. You need some talent. You need to be able to kind of show what you're doing. And then you need to put that out there to the people. That's why Vimeo was so popular, and I guess it still is. It's legit filmmakers putting out their work and trying to win staff picks like their Oscars. But what if I told you a YouTube channel is 10 times better even if you don't want to be a YouTuber, which I feel like most people actually shouldn't be striving to be a YouTuber. They should strive to want to use or leverage YouTube to do what they're already good at in a bigger or better way. First of all, a YouTube channel is a great portfolio. You can post your videos and get tons of eyeballs on it. YouTube has a potential audience size that's exponentially bigger than Vimeo's. And now you could argue, well, like Vimeo is more concentrated with people like producers and clients that are looking to hire you, but I would also argue that it's a way higher concentration of DPs and directors that you're competing against. So you're all fighting in this small little pond. And passive income. As you post your portfolio pieces on your YouTube channel, you could actually make money from that. Instead of Vimeo, where you have to actually pay to have your videos on there, which seems so archaic and old school. Now, of course, it can get a little bit tricky with big companies if you're trying to post their commercials on YouTube. But I think at worst, they're just gonna take your monetization money. And at best, you could, I don't know, somehow negotiate getting that money. And then, of course, passion projects. You're always gonna make money from your passion projects. You're posting them on YouTube and you can actually make money from that. Whereas again, Vimeo, you're not gonna make anything. Passion projects actually making you money. What a concept. Speaking of passive income, we've made a ton of really cool digital filmmaking tools on Human Video Co. That's our new brand. We have these insanely cool letter link transitions. You guys are gonna love those. We have my new LUTs for Canon. We've had the Sony ones for a while. I'm gonna make some iPhone specific ones also because I think a lot of people could really use those and need them. And then we just put out the Cinescape soundtrack, which is basically super cinematic kind of background tracks, because a lot of times I feel like I'm not finding what I want for those specific moods when I'm looking for a really cinematic, cool background track. And you can use these anywhere you want. You don't need a specific license or anything. Just buy it once, use them wherever you want. Also, if you're curious, I'm testing out right now the Rode, this little new wireless Pro from Rode, which is 32-bit float. This thing is 32-bit float. If you don't know what 32-bit float is, you need to look it up right now. And I'm also filming on the Ariel XM and ELF. And then we have the new DZO Pavo anamorphic lenses, which is a 2x squeeze. And they're really small, lightweight, fairly affordable, still pretty expensive, but fairly affordable compared to a lot of the other guys out there. So very interested. This is a 28 mil and I have an expander from Atlas on there, the competitor. I mean, the Atlas lenses are in a kind of a different league, different place. Monitoring with the small HD stuff. And focus is brought to you by Tilta Nucleus Nano 2. I've been testing this thing out. This thing is really, really nice. I'm very much liking it. Great job, Tilta. This is just makes it much easier for idiots like me. Anyways, I think what might be even more important in some ways is for the people that are gonna hire you to get to know you. And that's what a YouTube channel is really good at. It can be your portfolio pieces, but it's also people getting to know you and kind of see how is this person? And I guarantee you, if you even have some skills, if people just see oh, I like this guy. This guy seems like a cool person to work with. I want them on set. They are gonna hire you. And those are the people that always get the callbacks, are just the people that are really easy and fun to work with on set. And at least baseline average know what they're doing. I think somebody like Ryan Booth does a good job with this. He's just really personable and just such a good dude. And you wouldn't see that from his work. It's incredible work, but you don't see that side. But then on YouTube, you get to see a little bit of oh, what is this person actually like? And Ryan just he's so good on camera, just so likable. And when you see his work and then you see him talking, you're oh, instant hire. I want to work with this guy. This guy is the best. A YouTube channel also teaches you a bunch of new skills. For example, talking to a camera. You never know when that's gonna come in handy. But also, as just like a filmmaker, let's say you're a DP, you're gonna have to edit your videos, you're gonna have to color grade them, you're gonna have to come up with ideas, you're gonna have to tell stories, and all of those things, even though you just wanna be a DP, are gonna make you a way better DP, cinematographer, filmmaker. It always helps to know kind of these other skills that are around the thing that you are doing. And I feel like a YouTube channel just gives you that opportunity to learn a whole bunch of different skills. And one of the best things is that you will always have something to make, something to create. Even if you're not getting work, you have something to do, something to make, which then could lead to more work because people are seeing what you're making. Or it could even be that passive income that kind of pads those in-between moments from job to job and gives you a little bit more control over your income sources, which is one of the biggest reasons why I started my YouTube channel. It's just I wanted more control over where my money was coming from. I didn't like the feeling of always having to like, where's my next week's money coming from? I hope I get some more jobs. And usually they come if you're, fairly talented and a good person to work with. They're gonna come, but still, I just didn't like that feeling of being at the mercy of other people for where my income was gonna come from. And lastly, probably the most important thing is that you're building a brand that sets you apart from everybody else. Like if you go on Vimeo and you start watching videos, maybe this sounds bad, but they all kind of start looking the same. It's kind of just like there's so much good stuff on there, and especially if you don't know, like if you're a client or producer who doesn't really know and they're looking at that, like why are they gonna choose you over all of these other incredible directors and DPs and filmmakers that are on there? How can you set yourself apart? That's where building your own brand comes in, whether that's on Instagram, somebody like Nick Pilecki, who's done a really good job on Instagram, kind of posting his work, but then also showing how he's doing things, and people are just loving that and following him. Or maybe you have 15,000 subscribers on YouTube and you're reviewing the newest tech because those companies like what you're doing and they're sending you the gear. And then next thing you know, other DPs are watching you because they're interested in that new tech also. And all of a sudden, you've set yourself apart from all of the rest of the DPs like Blaine. If you know, you know. So yeah. I think every filmmaker across the board, it's an easy yes, you should have a YouTube channel. And sure, post on Vimeo also, but I honestly think that so many filmmakers, especially like the legit filmmakers, they're just ignoring YouTube for no good reason other than the only reason I can think of is ego. I think a lot of people, want to stroke their ego on Vimeo and get that staff pick, or do they still do staff picks? I don't know. All that stuff seems so funny to me. I don't think it actually helps as much as people thought. But putting your stuff on YouTube, getting eyeballs on it, I guarantee you, even clients will start reaching out to you directly, and you can kind of just skip the whole agency, all the other middlemen that are taking money, and then you can just make the project. So yeah, start a YouTube channel. If you're a filmmaker, cinematographer, director, DP, anything, start a YouTube channel. And you're seeing this happen more and more. The Danny Gevirtzes, the Carlos. There's just so many people, Blaine, Ryan Booth, all of these people making really great videos on YouTube, and I think that they will, be the next leaders of filmmaking because, yeah, super talented. We get to know them, we get to see them more. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Do it right now. All right, I'll see you guys later. What did you guys think about this look? This is a wild look. I love it. All right, bye.
That's an airy.
No, up there.
That's an airy.
That's an airy.